Hey guys, GaburiCalibur here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Jyuden GaburiCalibur from Jyuden Sentai Kyoryuger. This is the Kyoryuger's secondary weapon, which is a sword, and it can also combine with the Gaburi revolver. So this set includes two things, the GaburiCalibur and one Jyuden. Taking a look at it first, similarly to the Gaburi revolver, it is styled after a dinosaur head, with this whole main section here being like a dinosaur head. You have some clear green eyes, the top part of the jaw, and the bottom jaw, as well as a couple of nostrils. It's primarily gray and black plastic, with bits of red, silver, yellow paint, as well as the blade here having this greenish gold paint, and even the plastic color of the blade being somewhat greenish gold. And although it doesn't really appear like that on camera, but that is that color. And to be honest, I'm not particularly fond of Bandai's greenish gold color, as it just at times tends to just look kind of off. It's got clear green eyes, which will have lights to them. The on-off switch is right here, and the speaker is right here, while the trigger is here. So here we have the Jyuden, which is Jyuden 15 Alomeris. So this one's also red, though it's a slightly darker red color than Gaburichira. You got the dinosaur in there. Its symbol here, which is similar to that of Gaburichira. And the name here on the back. So flipping it around, get the image of the dino, an Allosaurus, which was similar to a Tyrannosaurus, though smaller and notably had a couple of under the skin horns above its eyes. And if we bring in Gaburichira, you can see that while the symbols are similar, the actual dinos in the batteries are quite different in appearance. And of course, we'll bring in the Gaburi revolver and test out the sounds. And since no matter what battery you put in, the transmission sounds the same, for most of the time I am going to be just kind of showing off the special attack sounds by using two batteries at once. In this case I'll be using Gaburichira along with Alomeris. So we'll start with Gaburichira on the bottom and Alomeris on the top. So Alomeris' sound effect is Mera, the sound of fire burning or fire sparking. So what Alomeris does when added to the Gaburi revolver is it sends out, it kind of turns it into a flamethrower. So now switching them around. So now getting to the GaburiCalibur sounds, which admittedly are not many. So just switch on like this, and you get a sharp sound with the light in the eyes. So pulling the trigger will get you a basic slashing sound. And holding the trigger won't do anything. So to activate its special attack, you pull open the mouth like this, and then put in the Jyuden and close it up. And you'll notice that it just said GaburiCalibur without saying the dino's name, and that's because this will make the same sound no matter which Jyuden you put in. So next you cock up this slider. Just pump it like this. Then pull the trigger. And that executes the Jyuden Brave Slash. So just by pulling it down enough, you automatically cause the engine to eject like so. And that's the sound that makes when you close it up. So yeah, it doesn't matter which Jyuden you put in, it'll make the same sound. However, like I said at the beginning, this can combine with the GaburiCalibur. I mean the GaburiVolver, this is the GaburiCalibur. So what you do for that is push this button and flip this part all the way down here, lock it into place, then take the blade and flip it back. Now it's ready to combine. So what you do next is open up the GaburiVolver like so. Then put them together using this slider here. And so now you have the Gaburu cannon, which as you can see is really, really big. It also has quite a bit of heft to it because of the combined weight of the two toys. So while of course the appearance doesn't change on the GaburiVolver part, a cool note is something I recently figured out and discovered is that while it normally does have this jaw here with these two parts, when you flip this part all the way around like this bomb part actually makes it a bigger jaw. Because as you can see, the teeth up here match up with these three indents down here. It makes for a cool effect. So there are two functions to the Gaburu cannon, a machine gun firing and shotgun firing. So for the machine gun blast, you hold down the trigger just like so. And for the shotgun blast, you pump the slider here. So the first time they'll say Vamala, and the second time and every time thereafter, it'll say Mucho. And to reset to Vamala, you use the machine gun function. it is honestly fun having this big weapon. It has two forms of firing. And obviously, the GaburiCalibur doesn't make any sounds of its own while in this mode. So to separate, you hold down these two buttons and pull them apart. And so that's all you can do with the GaburiCalibur. Now, the thing about the GaburiCalibur is that to me, I like the design. I like the way it looks both on its own and combined with the GaburiVolver. It really does not do enough on its own, having only the basic slashing attack and then the Jyuden Brave Slash. However, what makes up for it is if you have I think that's compensated for if you have the GaburiVolver. Because the combined mode is really something cool to look at and fun to play with, even if it only has just the machine gun sound and the shotgun sounds. And really, there isn't any way it could make use of the Jyuden while in that mode, combined like that, because of how the GaburiVolver has to be open. So I would say that I'd only recommend this if you already have the GaburiVolver, because on its own it's not worth it. But when you get it, if you have the GaburiVolver, then you get the functions of this on its own, plus the combined mode. So in that way, it's sort of another thing to note is that there are two ways to get this, and two ways to get the GaburiVolver. The first is that, of course, you can buy them on their own, but there is also a special set which includes both of them and the 3 batteries between the two of them. So that gives you 2 different options, but yeah, like I said, really only recommended if you already have the GaburiVolver or if you get the 2 together. A fun toy, but it just doesn't do enough on its own for a full, uncircumstantial recommendation. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.